This woman discovered something strange. Her husband asked to go into the sea alone. For the sake of his sunscreen, the woman agreed. But then something strange happened. When the woman woke up again, her husband was still missing. She asked the loving couple. They said they'd never seen him before. The woman called her husband in a panic, but after a long time there was no answer. She felt a strong sense of unease. She hurriedly put on her simple coat and ran toward the beach. She suspected that her husband had drowned in the sea. Took out her husband's photo. She hoped the rescuers would look for him, but they circled the island several times. But they couldn't find the man, so she had no choice. Daisy came to the police station for help. However, after listening to the woman's description, it was as if he had heard a big joke. The currents around the sea are very slow, and the water is not deep. Even if something happened to her, it's impossible to disappear without a trace. The men didn't give it a second thought. He asked her to go home. Suddenly the phone rang in her room. Daisy was so excited that she thought it was her husband. When she got through, it was just a wrong number. Daisy fell into bed in despair. She hoped that her husband would return soon, for the rest of her life. She went to the beach every day to wait, until her vacation was over and she had to go back to work. There was an ingenious incident in class. The new student was the safety officer from the beach. The boy was always looking for a chance to get close to Daisy. The man even invited her to a concert. He even invited her to a concert. Daisy knew exactly what he meant, but she still believed her husband was alive. She couldn't betray her husband. Daisy made her feelings clear to Jeff. She wanted him to leave her. At night, Daisy was preparing a lesson plan. She stumbled upon a video of her husband's company party. A woman in red seems to be close to her husband, although the woman's sunglasses gave her away, but her smile was unmistakable. Her husband seemed to be having a good time. Daisy smoothed her hair thoughtfully, watching the video over and over again. She hadn't heard her husband mention this woman. Was she involved in her husband's disappearance? The next day, Daisy took the video and analyzed it with her best friend. Her friend didn't notice anything unusual. She reassured Daisy. It's not unusual for her not to recognize this woman. Besides, her husband hadn't done anything out of the ordinary. After listening to her friend's analysis, Daisy suspected that she was being paranoid. But when she returned home, she received a call from the police. A male body was recovered from the sea. Daisy was asked to identify it. She was plunged into an iceberg. She rushed to the police station in a state of shock. She didn't relax until she knew it wasn't her husband. But her husband had been missing for months. The inspector didn't think he needed to waste any more time. If her husband had been lost at sea, he would have been found long ago. Now the search was futile. Although Daisy didn't want to accept the truth, Daisy had no choice but to sign the waiver.